Don't make any mistakes now. This work on the ticking object is exactly what excites apprentice Jonas Thiel so much.
It's a healthy touch of perfectionism. But it's not as if we're defusing a bomb and lives are at stake. Of course, there are mistakes that are irreversible in that sense. Fortunately, nothing like that has happened to me yet.
Jonas Thiel is passionate about watchmaking, and with his talent and skills, he has become one of the last and most sought after in his field. The 22-year-old is in his third year of apprenticeship at the watchmaking workshop in the quaint town of Mölln near Hamburg. His steady hands are needed for the microscopically small parts.
I still have shaky hands when they're empty, but as soon as I hold a tool or something, I have no problem at all. Though any watchmaker who claims they've never lost anything is lying, I believe. I think everyone has done it at some point.
Jonas is about to complete his apprenticeship.
First, you must carefully file the bearings in the right direction.
His instructor, Detlef Haak, knows that luxury watch manufacturers will quickly poach the soon-to-be watchmaker.
Jonas is valuable to them, definitely, because he brings valuable skills. I still occasionally come across things I haven't seen before or mistakes I haven't encountered. Jonas is able to tackle such challenges and find solutions. If I, as a watchmaker, say I'm looking for work and raise my hand, people immediately come running from different directions saying, "I want you."
The path of the watchmaker was in fact not planned from the beginning.
I initially considered becoming a carpenter, but unfortunately, I'm not very strong. Lifting triple-glazed windows is not an option for me. That's why I decided to work on fine motor skills, only with my hands. I also wanted something mentally challenging. I wanted depth in the field, which is why I chose watchmaking. And then we had an information evening at the school where the apprenticeship was introduced. I went there with my mother. I already knew everything about the apprenticeship. My mother came out of it saying, "Wow, I had no idea what all was involved."
Precision mechanics, electrical engineering, mathematics, construction. Jonas learns all this and more at the Vocational school here in Hamburg, one of 8 watchmaking schools nationwide. However, of the initial approximately 50 apprentices, not many remain.
The reasons for such a high dropout rate are that people may not be intellectually suited for this profession. Manual dexterity is, of course, another crucial point. Those who can't find a way to master it properly might also drop out. So, only those who can handle both aspects remain.
We need to have a thinner pair of tweezers.
This is a size 5.
But your size 5 is coarser than my size 3.
Jonas belongs to the best of his class and is already in high demand.
These apprentices and trainees who complete their training are like gold on the job market. It's true that in the third year of training, we regularly receive visits from companies like Rolex, Bucherer, and Rauschenbeck, who come to recruit skilled workers directly from the apprenticeship program.
How do you like the capstones of the Miyota 9215?
They're better.
Better, right? They're easier to oil.
In his class, the 22-year-old is affectionately called a nerd, and he's aware that he ticks a little differently.
The term nerd is generally seen as negative in our society. However, a teacher once told me, or rather our whole class, that nerd isn't actually an insult. I took that to heart, because in the end, it represents striving for an ultimate goal. And if I'm not satisfied with the result, I'll do it a second or third time until I am.
Detlef Haak knows all too well that he is training a highly sought-after rarity in his workshop. Renowned watch companies are lining up at his door as well.
Once a renowned watch manufacturer simply called us and asked if that person was available to speak. There is a much higher demand for watchmakers than there are being trained. In cities like Berlin, for example, there are no watchmaking training programs, despite it being our capital city. The lines are always buzzing. If someone says they are unemployed, companies are constantly looking for watchmakers.
The senior watchmaker tries to keep his golden boy for as long as possible. Whether Jonas stays, changes jobs, or goes abroad, his options are more than good.
It's certainly nice to know that doors are open for you and that you're in demand in the job market. We are frequently hired in medical technology, of course, as watchmakers, but also in the aerospace industry. The job market is golden for me at this point. I have all the opportunities. It feels good indeed.
Where Jonas will soon put his fingertip sensitivity to use next is something he wants to keep open. He will see what the future holds for him.